Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Unmask Yourself video. In today's video, we're going to talk about beliefs. The purpose of today's video is to help you understand what beliefs are, how they develop, and which ones in your life serve you and which ones don't. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that all topics that are discussed are given as examples only. They're given for you to find similarities and reflect on your life where you feel it's necessary. So with that out of the way, let's get started. All beliefs are limited by nature. A belief is the best conclusion that we're able to come to with the information we have at hand and how we are able to process those things through our thoughts and feelings. These beliefs then determine how we perceive ourselves and the world. The depths of our beliefs are endless and have been reinforced through numerous situations that we've perceived in a particular way. That has then brought us to the conclusion that what we believe is the truth. Beliefs are the foundation in which we build and base our lives on, and as such, they have the ability to either boost us up or bring us down. The issue is that a lot of us aren't fully aware, or even in some situations partially aware, of what our beliefs are on a conscious level. There's no conscious understanding of how we've come to believe what we believe and how those things are directly impacting our lives. What you choose to believe in can be the difference between staying the way you are or being who you truly want to be. And it all starts with our upbringing. As children, our ability to process and understand information is limited, so we look to our parents for the answers. What our parents teach us and how they treat us is the starting point that we use to develop our own beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world. As kids, we idolize our parents and see them as the ultimate source of knowledge and validation that what we're doing is right. But as adults, what we need to remember is that our parents are also just people that are interpreting the world the best way they know how. And as such, they're only able to give us the limits of their experiences and the way in which they've been able to understand them. This can sometimes lead to us inheriting their limited and negative beliefs, which haven't served them in their life and won't serve us. The list of things we learn from our parents are endless. Who we should be, what we should value, how we should act in the world, how we see and treat others, religious beliefs, cultural expectations, and the list goes on. These things are all things that our parents actively teach us, but the way our parents treat us is a massive contributor to our beliefs as well. Let's go through a few examples. Let's take an absent parent that showed little to no interest in spending time with you as a kid. This is often interpreted that you weren't worthy or good enough for their love. And given that a parent's love is meant to be unconditional, this creates a belief in you that you won't be ever worthy of anybody else's love either. This belief then manifests itself in future relationships all throughout life, causing deep insecurities and an ongoing need for reassurance and validation that just never seems to be met. Now let's take an abusive parent as an example. Just like all situations in life, they can go any number of ways when it comes to the outcome of what somebody feels based on an event. The things that I'll talk about in the next few minutes are just examples of how it could go. So let's see it from a young girl's point of view first. Let's say that she's physically assaulted by her father or regularly watches her father assault her mum. Processing this information as a child is unbelievably hard. Being beaten by someone you love or having to watch someone you love beat somebody else that you love isn't an experience that a child should have to go through, but it does happen. A couple of the ways that the young girl can choose to process this information is to either accept or reject the behaviour. If she's to then accept this behaviour, she'll then see that people that she loves abusing her is a normal behaviour and an acceptable behaviour for her to experience. This is then a lot more likely to manifest itself all throughout her life, with partners, friends, or even additional family members. Or she can take the approach of completely rejecting all violence from her life and making sure that the cycle ends with her. Now let's take the same situation from a young boy's point of view. Moving forward through life, he's less likely to be accepting the abuse and more likely to be continuing the cycle on of his father and replicating that behaviour in future relationships of his own. Or again, what he can do is reject the behaviour completely and end the cycle with him. The beliefs that people take from situations like this are endless. These are just a few hard-hitting examples of how these things can turn out, and how situations like this can impact and mould our beliefs from a very young age. Once we step out into the world though, the beliefs that we've developed based on the things that our parents have either taught us or the way that they've treated us are then either reinforced or challenged based on the experiences that we have with other people. Outside of our parents, we have our extended family, partners, friends, co-workers, teammates, and so on. This is obviously a much larger group of people, all with their own experiences, feelings, thoughts, and perception of how the world works. And as a result, this comes with a whole different range of beliefs. Being exposed to these different beliefs allows us to open and expand our mind and to challenge what we currently know. So with this new understanding of how beliefs are developed, next time you meet with somebody, try listening to their story and understanding how they've come to be the way that they are. Learning from others, hearing their experiences and getting an insight into how they've managed to perceive the world based on that information is a great way to start learning more about yourself. This is a great stepping stone in being able to overcome limiting or negative beliefs that you may have inherited or developed over the years. So here's a few tips for today's video. Number 1, go through some of your beliefs, ideally the ones that you would like to change. 2, ask yourself why you believe these things to be true, and try and get an understanding of where they've developed from and why you believe them so strongly. 3, get out there and start learning new things, exploring new beliefs, and start challenging your upbringing and your conditioning. 4, follow your heart, not your hate, and break through any of your current beliefs that are fueled by fear or negativity. Those beliefs are only holding you back from a much happier life. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope the information in this video is enough for you to start rejecting your negative beliefs and start finding a new way of living. Alright guys, much love, bye.